Hello everyone, I'm Lily and today we are back with a new project. Now this isn't my typical project, but it's a project that I've been thinking about doing, researching, and so now that I'm about to do it, I figured I would take you with me because maybe one of you have been thinking about doing it too, and so we can learn together. Now before I show you just a little bit of backstory, we moved into this house about 3 months ago and it has an irrigation system, which is new to us. In our house in Texas, we would just water the grass with our hose. So now that we have this in-ground irrigation system, sprinkler system, we're very excited, we love it, but the controller is a little bit outdated. It works great, works fine, but I wanted something that we could control from our phone that, might adjust to the weather, basically a smart sprinkler controller. My husband actually requested this for his birthday, so after doing some research, I found one and I'm gonna install it. So this is Orbit's B-hyve XR Smart Indoor-Outdoor Sprinkler Timer. So this is what we are going to be installing. Now this is the 8-station one. We actually only have 6 stations. It comes in 8 stations and I believe 16 stations, but I wanted to do this so that I can add, additional stations or, a water drip gardening bed system. I totally said that wrong. A drip system in our gardening bed in the future. If I wanted to, I'll have 2 extra stations. The cool thing about this is you can control it from your phone. It adjusts to the weather and it even helps you save water. So you can check and see if you're in a state that will actually give you a rebate for installing this. So I believe New Mexico does give you a rebate, something that is like EPA certified. So definitely check and see if you do end up buying one of these. So the closet that I'm standing behind is where our current controller lives. Ta-da! This guy. So this is actually an Orbit controller as well. I'm not sure when it was installed. The previous owner left this here, the box. So this is the current one that we have. Works great, but I just wanted an upgrade. So we're replacing Orbit with Orbit. Okay, let's do it. So let's unbox this. Whoa, that's cool. So here we have the controller, power cord, drywall screws, quick start guide. So first things first, we are going to download the B-hyve app. So here is the B-hyve app that I'm currently installing. So we'll allow that to download and then get started. But while that downloads, we are going to have to remove the original controller that came with the house. So let's remove that thing. So first things first, let's unplug it. And then now that it's unplugged, let's take this, and then that reveals all of this. So what I'm gonna do is take a picture of these wires and this setup. So taking a picture, so here's a close-up now, so you see how all of the wires go in. So this wire right here goes to 1, this black wire goes to 2, this red wire goes to 3. So that is how I'm gonna set up the new controller. I'm just going to replace them in the same ones. So that's why taking a picture is important. Now I'm gonna pop these batteries out. So now I'm going to take all of these wires out. I have a small little flathead screwdriver and here we go. Again, emphasizing that you should absolutely take a picture of the wires. Okay, so these should all come right out like that. So here are all of our wires. So now what I'm going to do is take this off the wall. I'm just gonna take that. There we go. So it looks like someone definitely tried to screw things in before and didn't really believe in drywall screws. So, okay, there we have it. This was removed, very easy. So here we have the new controller. On the back, there's a little keyhole. So what I'm gonna do is put a screw in the wall and I will hang this new controller on that hole. And then right here are little like pre-marked spots where we will put these screws through to further mount it onto the wall. And also it comes with this little level already. So I don't have to go get mine. It'll just tell me if it's level or not. So it's built in. How cool is that? So here we have the little screw that I'm gonna put this little keyhole on and kind of hang it just like that. So it is a little lopsided the way this is configured. So that's why it only has screws here and here and not here. So what we will do is make sure that this is level like that, paying attention to the built-in level right there. And once it's level right there, I'm gonna take my little drill bit and I'm going to drill right here like that. Whoops. And now we can take this off of the keyhole and we have our marks where we need to put our drywall screws. Now we'll take these drywall anchors, pop them right in here. Don't judge me, I'm using a roofing hammer. And just gently, so that one is in. Now we have this one to hammer in. So we will rehang this onto the keyhole like that. And then now, these are perfectly, where we just installed those drywall anchors, they're perfectly aligned. So now what we have to do is take the screws that they gave us and just screw those in. Now right underneath here, we have these holes. So these are holes that you can adjust the size. So you can see there, we're gonna pop them out with the screwdriver. What I'm gonna have to do is take these wires and put them through there. So we should be okay with the smallest hole. And I probably should have done this before. Actually, I'm gonna decide to take both out. So you just put your flathead screwdriver right in there and then the pieces pop out. So now what I need to do is take these wires and feed them through here. And there we go. So in here, you'll see all of the spots that we need to put the new wires. So now I am taking the picture that I took earlier of the old one with all of the wiring. And I'm going to use that to now install the wires of this new controller. So first things first, we're gonna do the COM wire. So my COM wire were these two white wires. And what I need to do is take kind of this little jump wire. Now, since there's only a slot for one, and I have two white wires, what I'm gonna do is put this one in, and you'll feel it click in. And that's how you know it's kind of secure. And I'm going to take these two other ones, and this little screw nut thing, and twist them together like that. Sidebar, so in the video you just saw me put it into that one COM button, but this is me after I finished the project, and I'm here to tell you, don't put it there, put it where I'm about to show you. So this is where I put it. You actually want to put it in this one. Okay, so that one also says COM. Now the next one we are gonna do is the numbered one. So here is one. The one that I had in one was this one, except I can't do that just yet because for this new controller, all of these wires need to be stripped at least a ½ inch. So I'm going to need to strip these because right now it's obviously way less than a ½ inch. And if I were to put them in, they're not gonna stick and lock. So we need to strip these wires. There's definitely easier ways to strip wires, but what I like to do is just take these little pliers that have this sharp edge right here and kind of cut it like this. And then sometimes I'm able to just peel it back. They make a special tool for this, which I should probably have with the amount of electrical work I've been doing. So let's see if this one goes in. Perfect, so it's not coming out. So wire number one is in. Now I just need to strip the rest of these and then we'll connect them. So be right back. And there we go. So all the wires are stripped. Now the next one we are going to put in, so number 2 is going to be this black wire right here. So move these ones out of the way, pop this one in. There you go, you can hear it click. And then I give it a light pull and see if it comes out or not. It didn't, so that's how we know we're secure. Next one we have is this red one for number 3. Here we go, give it a pull. It's good. And then green for number 4. There we go, that one's in. And now the next one. Okay, they are all in. That was so easy, wow. Now the instructions say the next step is to plug the controller in, which I'm gonna do right now. And it is plugged in. Whoa, that's cool. I didn't even know that would light up. That's awesome. So I have my B-hyve account that I made. What I'm gonna go to do now is go to my B-hyve, devices, click this button right here, and then this is a new device. This is the one we're installing. So checking that this MAC address matches this one popped up on the screen right there, which I'm not sure if you can see. There you go. And it does. So we're gonna say this matches. Connecting to device. Okay, I added our Wi-Fi. You can change the name of it too. I'm gonna leave that as is. Checking firmware, and now it's gonna update. Okay, so firmware is updated. My device is up to date. Now I'm going to put in my address. And so they want your address so it can track the weather based on your zip code. And so now I'm gonna select the zones that I want to set up. Now I'm only setting up 5 zones. I thought I had 6 zones, I guess I don't. It's 5. So we're gonna set up the first 5. And then I can put pictures of where the zones are, the name, like front waterbed. And then I can also test it as well to see if I'm not sure which zone is which. If I press test, now it is turning that water on. So I'm gonna go see where zone 1 is. So I am just now testing zone 1. So as you see right there, it says waiting. Now I believe this is gonna be zone 1. So when this water comes on, that's how we'll know if I got it right. So the water turned on, so now we know that zone 1 is my front flower bed. So that's what I'm gonna label it, and I can also even take a picture. I know, even more, which flower bed. Got that one down. So I found zone 3, so you can check that one off. Now that I have everything set up, I can go to the calendar that tells me what the weather is gonna be. I can now program, I can turn on smart watering, and that will water based on what the weather is looking like. I can also set if there's any restrictions. We don't have any restrictions here because we're on well water, but if we were on city water, we would not be able to water at certain times of the day. So if I want to set up a program, I can go here, add a start time, what days of the week I want it to water, if just even days, odd days, interval, and my watering budget, and then I can modify and add zones. So if I want certain zones to go more frequently than others, I can do that as well, which is amazing. I can set a rain delay. I can also water manually. And then if you go to my beehive right here, you can go see your watering history. So today you'll see I did 18 minutes. That was me trying to figure out which zones were which. And then water used by what programs you might have set up, what zones have gotten the most water, and this is just for the day. You can also see in week, month, year, so that's pretty incredible too. Wow, look at that. Look how detailed that is as well. Now, one of the last things we have to do is put this right on there, and look how nice it looks. It's so pretty, it's so high tech. I'm seriously so excited, like so excited for this. And my husband might even be more excited than me, which is cool. So I officially set everything up. I enabled smart watering, so the controller monitors the weather and if it's gonna rain and the program is scheduled to go off, it won't, so that's so cool. Because it rained yesterday and we were away. I had the sprinklers programmed to go off how it was previously while it was pouring rain out, and I wouldn't be home to, turn it off. That won't be a problem anymore, so that's incredible. I also set up my first program. So most of our zones are going to be every 2 days. There's one zone that I set up to go every other day because it has less drought resistant flowers that are a little bit more fragile. So that one's gonna get watered every other day. And then I was also able to increase the length of time that I wanted for that specific zone. I think it's like 15 minutes where the others are like 10. So really cool to be able to customize everything that specific. That's pretty incredible because before what we had was just kind of like grouping. So having like a smart waterer that is able to get so specific is really cool. And I also think it's really gonna save us from using unnecessary water, So that's also incredible. So easy to install. That is what I'm most shocked by. I actually texted my dad this morning because when I was telling him I wanted to do this project, he's the one that recommended the B-hyve brand and products. They are made by Orbit, which is what we had before, but he was like, I have the B-hyve controller for us, and so that's what I recommend. And so I'm glad I went with his suggestion, but I texted him this morning and I was like, how long do you think it's gonna take me to install this? Because I was like, I don't know if I have enough time before I have to pick the baby up from daycare. And my dad said, I would be surprised if it took you longer than an hour. And he was so right. It took me like a half hour maybe. The only thing that took me a little bit longer, so I'm not counting this in the install, is really just finding which zones go where, because I was kind of running all over the property trying to find what zones were going off. But it was really easy because I was able to just control it all from my phone as I was walking around our property, trying to find, you know, what went where. So incredibly easy to install. I am very excited about this. I can't wait to show my husband when he comes home from work today. He's gonna be very happy. This was his birthday present, so happy birthday, Jake. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned something. I know this wasn't my typical content, but I figured why not take you along, because I definitely learned something. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, everything and anything that YouTube allows you to do, because that allows me to keep creating free content. And I'll link everything in the description. I will post the link for the exact product that I used here. If you have any questions, drop them below. And then I also still have some irrigation projects in the works. If you're interested in seeing them, let me know, like fixing our drip lines, setting up automated hoses for some of my flowers. Yeah, so let me know if you want to see that, because I would be more than happy to film it and bring you along with me. So thanks, guys. Bye.